Today is Sunday, July 7th, and here's some of the things that are happening around the Disney parks that I think you should know about. If you're not subscribed, please consider it so you don't miss any of my helpful Disney info. Changes to the Genie Plus system are all the buzz right now. If you didn't know, beginning July 24th, Disney is stuffing poor Genie back into the lamp and changing the system. Now, if you are visiting Disneyland, the good news is that the change will affect the name only. So instead of Genie Plus, it will be called Lightning Lane Multipass. And individual Lightning Lanes will be called Lightning Lane Single Passes. So again, name change only at Disneyland. Everything else will remain the same. Now, if you're visiting Disney World, it's a different story. There are some changes that you need to know about. It seems like Disney World is basically going back to the old way that they used to do fast passes, but now they're charging for it. So, quick overview for Walt Disney World. Guests staying at Disney World resort hotels can make selections up to 7 days in advance, all at once, for up to 14 days of their stay. If you're not staying on property, you can make selections up to 3 days in advance. Guests can make up to 3 Lightning Lane multi-pass selections for each day of their trip. Once you arrive at the park and you complete your first experience, then you can book an additional experience depending on what's available. Lightning Lane single passes remain limited to 2 per day, just like individual Lightning Lanes currently are. Guests will also be able to see prices and select attraction times before purchasing passes. So this is different and this is a great change. So you're going to know what you're getting. Currently, guests have to purchase Genie Plus before you can see availability. So this is good news. Disney World's app and website will be updated for easier planning and purchasing. Hopefully, this is a good change. But why the change? Disney is saying that at least for Walt Disney World, guests have told them that they like to do more planning ahead of time, and this will allow them to do that. Overall, people are happy about the change for Walt Disney World. It still doesn't change the fact that the system is fairly complicated and takes some preparation to understand, and guests who don't know about the system or who haven't done a lot of research ahead of time are at a huge disadvantage. And guests are still required to be glued to their Disney app all day, making reservations and checking on return times, which is one of the biggest complaints I hear about Genie Plus, soon to be Lightning Lane Multipass. My advice is if you're visiting Walt Disney World, take some time to understand the new system so you can use it to your advantage. Also, don't pay full price for your Walt Disney World vacation. I'll put a link you can use for a discount in the description. Again, Disneyland, everything's exactly the same. There's just a name change. D23 is happening in a few weeks, and the internet is full of speculations about what could possibly be announced during the conference. People are expecting lots of Disney park news and are hoping for information on what Disney will build with the $60 billion investment plan for parks and resorts. Disney has already hinted that Walt Disney World and Disneyland will both get a big piece of this $60 billion pie, and guests are excited for information. The last few D23 events have been a little disappointing, to say the least, as far as the Disney park news is concerned. Fans are hoping for some real announcements and concrete details about upcoming plans for the park. Universal Florida is opening Epic Universe in 2025, and this is going to essentially double the size of their park in Florida, and it looks incredible. They're adding new lands and experiences and attractions, and it's going to be amazing. After Universal announced this huge epic park that they're building, everyone kind of looked at Disney and they're like, what are you going to do? What's coming up for Disney parks? And Disney didn't have a lot of information, and anything that they did say was kind of like, wah, wah, not great. So everyone is looking at Disney and saying, now what? Tell us what you're going to do to compete with this, because Epic Universe is opening in 2025, just next year. So far, Disney has only hinted at big plans, but hasn't really given us anything concrete to get excited about. Hopefully, that will change at D23 this year. There's expected to be announcements about Disney Cruise Line expansion. There will likely be some news about international parks expansions. But you're probably like me and much more interested in our US-based parks. So let's talk about some of the rumors and buzz around what could be announced this year at D23. Let's start with Disney World. In Disney's Animal Kingdom, Dinoland USA will likely be rethemed into Tropical America's Land. We've been hearing about this for a while. At Destination D23 in 2023, Disney announced this, but there hasn't been any movement on it at all, so we'll likely hear more about that. Imagineers are looking at some of the more biodiverse areas in the northern part of South America and stretching up into Central America as inspiration for this new land. And there's talk of new experiences inspired by Encanto, Indiana Jones, and even Coco. Could the dinosaur attraction be rethemed to an Indiana Jones attraction? That is a real possibility. Disney has also talked about Beyond Big Thunder Mountain, which would be an expansion into some of the space behind the current attraction. So we will likely get more information on this. Rumor has it that this expansion could be just as large as the Galaxy's Edge edition was a few years back. So it could be huge. There's speculation that we could get info about a Villain's Land. That would be really cool, and that rumor has been hinted at by Disney for a while and would likely be a fan favorite. Rumors of a Moana-type land somewhere in Adventureland are strong. That could be cool. There's also speculation that Rock and Roller Coaster could get a re-theme. And with the success of the second Inside Out film, there's lots of speculation that some sort of Inside Out attraction or experience could be coming to Epcot. Now, some guests are really worried that this could come at the expense of the Figment attraction.
Now, here's a real open house. Come on in.
Figment has a cult following that Disney is no doubt aware of, but the attraction is not popular and most guests skip it completely in favor of other rides. So it wouldn't be exactly shocking if Disney decided to retheme it to an Inside Out attraction. But time will tell if Disney is ready to replace it. Let's jump over to Disneyland. We could get an opening date for Tiana's Bayou adventure. That would not be out of the realm of possibility. We will likely get more info on the Avatar land that Bob Iger mentioned earlier this year. Hopefully, we'll hear more info on the big attraction coming to Avengers Campus. Disney has been promising a huge attraction will be added to the land for the last 5 years, but so far we haven't gotten any concrete details or a timeline. So fans are hoping to get more information on that. As part of the Disney Forward project, Disney has thrown around the ideas of a Frozen Land, a Zootopia Land, a Neverland, all for the Disneyland Park Resort. There's lots of fans who would love to see some more classic type Disney elements added to the Disneyland Resort, so we could get some information about that as well. The big question is, will we get any info about a Tomorrowland refresh? We'll see. Tomorrowland, as we all know, is in desperate need of a big zhuzh. It just needs a big facelift. But so far, Disney has focused on other things and left Tomorrowland in its sad, sorry state. Will anything be announced in regards to Tomorrowland? Fans are thinking no. It's generally felt that Disney will once again skip over Tomorrowland in favor of other expansions. Hopefully, Disney does give us some big announcements and some concrete things to look forward to. Will it be enough to compete with all that Universal Orlando is doing? I don't know, because Universal, they aren't just talk. They're actually actively building Universal Epic, and it will open next year. And so far, all we've gotten in the last several years is just talk from Disney. I think in general, Disney fans are tired of all the talk and hints around Disney theme park expansion and are ready for a little less talk and a lot more action.
Less talk and a lot more action.
I've got high hopes for announcements from D23. It would be amazing if Disney pulled out some incredible announcement to blow everyone away and get fans excited for the future of the parks. That's what I'm hoping for, but time will tell. Moving on, one topic that sounds too good to be true but is definitely real is that Disneyland is having an amazing ticket sale that's going on right now for adults and kids tickets. My travel partners at Getaway Today have them even cheaper than Disneyland. Tickets are valid for travel between now and September 26th, 2024. Ticket prices are amazing. They start at $50 per day for kids and $83 per day for adults. This is a huge savings, and Getaway Today's tickets are an extra $5 off the gate price. You can combine this deal with one of Getaway Today's amazing hotel offers to save the most money. They have lots of hotels that offer a free night, and the savings is significant. So I'll put a link in the description so you can grab this deal before it's gone, or you can give Getaway Today a call at 855-GETAWAY and tell them Mix and Some Magic sent you for the best rates. Tiana's Bayou Adventure opened up at Walt Disney World on June 28th, and I've been excited to see what the general public's opinion of the attraction is. If you remember, last month Disney released a point of view ride-through video, and people, myself included, were not too excited about it. So I've been really anxious to hear real reviews from guests who have experienced the attraction. In general, the consensus seems to be that the attraction is beautiful and guests enjoy the music and the songs are upbeat and fun. They also really like the fireflies seen throughout the attraction, but they are saying that there is a lot of dead space with not much going on, and guests are disappointed by the storyline, or lack thereof, because The Princess and the Frog film had such a great storyline and it had awesome characters and an amazing villain. And guests are wondering why Disney didn't incorporate any of those things into the attraction. So I have not ridden it myself, but I'm looking forward to it. Maybe somewhere down the line, Disney will address these issues and kind of fix the storytelling and make it more exciting, add a villain. Who knows? We will see. But that brings me to our next topic. When will Tiana's Bayou Adventure open up at Disneyland? Now, this is complete speculation because we don't have an official opening date yet. But if we look at major milestones that have happened for the Walt Disney World version, we can kind of guess when Disneyland might open Tiana's Bayou Adventure in their park. The earliest it could possibly open would be October. October 1st is significant because it is the start of Disney's new fiscal year. And sometimes Disney will base attraction openings and closing around financial quarters for budget reasons. Disney also likes to open attractions on Fridays, so October 4th has been tossed around as a possible opening date. Another date that seems like a strong possibility is in mid-November, possibly November 22nd. We'll just have to wait and see. Disneyland has told us that Haunted Mansion Holiday will be reopening August 23rd as part of Halloween time at Disneyland. The new queue isn't finished yet, but guests will be allowed to enjoy the attraction while the work continues. When it reopens, it will reopen as a virtual queue only, so keep that in mind. Now, the word on Main Street is that the attraction will likely open even earlier than August 23rd. Early August is a very strong possibility, so I've got my fingers crossed for that because I have a trip early August and I'm hoping to be able to ride Haunted Mansion Holiday. All right, that's all I've got for you today. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss my next Disney news and rumors video. If you have any thoughts or comments about the latest Disney news and rumors, leave them in the comments. I look forward to reading them. We'll talk soon.